So we're talking about differences. Now, you have a team for the differences. If everybody was the same, there'd be no reason for a team. I'm not real good with sports analogies, but I'll give this one a try. If you have 11 quarterbacks, there's nobody to throw the ball to. I'm a little bit better with music. In choral music, the basses provide that solid foundation that everybody else works off of. The tenor line, of course, the most beautiful of all the lines. The altos, with that wonderful timbre to their voice, and even sopranos have something to offer. It's all four parts that come together that make it magical. You have a team for the differences, but it's also what drives people nuts. Because of just this interesting factor about human beings that we're not even conscious about most of the time. We go into a new situation and we have decided, this is what goes in the blanks on page 11, we have decided there is one right answer. Anybody know the second half? There's one right answer and I have it. And I would have no problem with you people if you just see my one right answer and agree with me. This would not be a problem, except we now have 8.1 billion people on the planet, and every single one of them has their one right answer. And we spend a lot of time and energy trying to convince other people to see my one right answer. I always encourage people to beware one right thinking because of another thing about human beings. Have any of you ever lived in an old house? Okay. We lived in an old house in Landisville for a number of years, and you know how in old houses the glass is a little bit wavy. So I was standing there one day washing dishes at my kitchen sink, looking out my window on the world, and I thought, whoa, this is what life is like for every one of us. We're actually looking at the world through our window. And our window, I see reality. The one reality is that David, the IT guy, just jumped up to go and probably help somebody. For some of you, your one reality is there's a picture of a window with wavy glass. I have to remember that my glass that I'm looking through has distortions in it. And those distortions come from my life experience, how my brain is wired, how I feel that day, my history with the person I'm dealing with, all those things that affect it. I need to remember that in almost any situation, there's more than one right answer. I had one of those kind of life-changing experiences. I originally trained as a family therapist, and when I was in grad school, my lead professor at Arizona State, Lorna Molinaire, she had just a throwaway line one day that changed my life. She said, the highest level of health in a family, the healthiest a family can be, is when they get to the point where different is okay. Just because you want to wear different types of clothes, you want to do something different with your life, you like different types of music, you want to pierce different parts of your body, that doesn't mean you're wrong and I'm right. It doesn't mean I'm wrong and you're right, it's just different. Well, now my field is organizational development, family therapy with 1,000 people, and I've come to believe this is true in any group. When you can get to the point where different is okay, that's pretty darn healthy. And the most successful and effective leaders and managers operate from this belief.